exciting Mount Vernon Rams basketball. Participating sponsors for Rams basketball on Cable Channel 10 are Southern Illinois Sporting Goods, Ray Black & Sons Construction, Little Caesars Pizza in Mount Vernon, Edward Jones Investments, Bicycle Fitness Center, the Bank of Illinois, the Gallery in Mount Vernon, Martin's Automotive Center, Mount Vernon TV and Appliance Center, and Cheney & Karch Insurance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Max Morris Gym in West Frankfort, Illinois. It's the Superfan Shootout. Mount Vernon Rams will take on Providence St. Mel, brought to you by Cablevision Communications. I'm Rob Wilt. Joining me again this evening, my broadcast partner, Jeff Hacker. Jeff, you know the guy that puts these on. Why don't you tell us a little bit about him before tip-off?
Yeah, I know him pretty well. He's my cousin. His mom and my dad are brother and sisters. He's been doing this probably, see, I left Altamont in '74. He followed us in T-Town all the time up there. He'd come up for games, him and his buddy. And he started doing these probably in the early 80s, 82, 83, 84. So he's teaching up in Springfield now, and he's from Belleville.
Did you give his name?
Dennis Shigadance.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Hack, I'm going to run through the Mount Vernon starters here real quick. Number 44, John Nockey. Number 21, Scott Gamber. Number 43, Chris Morgan. Number 55, James Wilson. And number 33, Kent Williams. And you got Providence St. Mel?
I've got their starters here for the 9-3 fifth-rated Class A school. And I don't know how they did last night, but they just got here, by the way, running a little late. They've got number 33, Minifield. He's 6'8". They got 21, Gaines. He's their stud. He's 6'7". They've got number 3, Rebeard Harris at guard. Number 4, 6'3", Curtis Blair. And number 5, LeVar Seals. So their starters 6'2".
I didn't even ask you before the game if you whipped up any keys to victory.
I've got some things written down here. We'll see how it works out. We can call them off anytime you want. They start out in the man-to-man, by the way.
Kent's first three, no good, but Morgan makes a nice recovery in the corner. Rams are going to reset.
Rob, this team played in the Nashville shootout and lost, I think, in overtime, but I think Nashville shot probably 3 times as many free throws. I don't know what that says.
Shot from way outside, no good. It's going to be out of bounds off of Mount Vernon.
I think this team, St. Mel, having just got here about 6:26, they're going to be a little cold, and we're knocking the kinks out of us, too, and taking some rust off our armor. We haven't played for a while.
Tried the alley-oop there on the inbounds play. Missed connections. Nockey comes out of there with it. Morgan open from the corner for 3. No good. Williams gets tangled up with Blair.
He walks.
That's Harris.
Officials tonight, Rob, are Strimming from Pana, Kevin Cummings from Salem, one of our former sophomore players in Mount Vernon, and an old friend of mine from Brownstown, Jack Scott. In fact, I talked to Jack before the game, and he asked, "Do you remember the tee I gave you?" I said, "Yeah, and I didn't talk to you for a year."
All right. Inbounds play. He's deep in the well. Couldn't get a shot off. Layup, no good. Rebounded by Gamber.
We got to start guarding somebody on that penetration, though.
Kent off the dribble. Gets it to Morgan. Pass was a little low. Gamber knocks it back out to John Nockey, and we reset.
I think this is the way I expected us to start out, and most fans did, and probably Doug for sure.
Nockey on the drive. He's hammered.
Jack Scott on that call, because I think you'll see us be somewhat tentative, not being at the top of our game right now. We haven't played since the Centralia tournament.
That was on a Wednesday. This is a Saturday. That was 10 long days ago.
And having been out of school all week, it doesn't make for good practices. You get out of that routine. You just get out of the routine.
Nockey's first free throw is good, and that's the first score of this ball game with 6 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the first period.
I think Doug did have his practices early in the morning, which is great. That means they can't lay in bed all day.
Nockey makes them both, and it's 2-zip.
Rams in their man-to-man, Rob.
Number 4 is Curtis Blair. With the ball on the wing, number 3, LeVar Seals. This is number 5, Robert Harris.
Oh, look at him shoving down there. We're going to get one here. This is a good ball game for us to play. A little more physical Chicago team. Trivia question. Do you know who probably the most famous basketball grad is from St. Mel?
Lowell Hamilton.
005. No points, no free throws, and 5 fouls. Jack got James on that one. Oh, there's a shoving going on.
Number 4 wants to fight. Kent's got to take this abuse.
Right. That's right.
It's something that's going to
continue. You just got to play with it. You just got to play with it. You got to play within yourself and play with it.
They're going to call the offensive foul.
Billy Garrett's their head coach. He's been there quite a while. Tom Shields was the most famous coach there when he had Lowell and Tom goes about 6'3", about 390.
He was a big boy.
He's at Pontiac High School now, Tom is.
Nocky gets it over the timeline. Finds Wilson. Morgan on top. Nocky from 3. Yes.
John's on the top of his game. John's on his game. John's staying within himself. He's right on his game. Mr. Glue.
5-0 Mount Vernon. Wilson got on the floor and got it.
We got a charge.
Offensive foul called on number 4. That's Curtis Blair.
Blair's a 6'3" senior, 190. He's pretty well put together. As I said, their shortest starter's 6'2", and they got some size on the bench too, Rob.
Oh, they certainly do.
Got 6'9" on the bench as a junior. I'm sorry, he's a senior.
Kent gets a nice pick, drives into the lane, reverse, no good. And that's Stan Gaines Jr. with the rebound. He's 6'7", 210-pound freshman.
And I'm thinking Stan Gaines Jr., there was a Stanley Gaines who played years, maybe 15, 18, 20 years ago up in Bloom, at Bloom Township. I wonder if that's his son. I'd almost bet it has to be. But he's a freshman.
Hey,
he's a player.
I don't even know, is Providence St. Mel in the city or is it in the suburbs?
They're in the city, but I think they're on the southwest side. But I don't know. They're not in the Catholic League, the big Catholic League. I think they might be independent.
Okay. Mount Vernon on offense, Nocky out front, drive. Finds an outlet in Gamber. Kent's trying to post up. Kyle McClure into the Mount Vernon lineup. First substitution for either team. Kent drives, puts up a 10-footer, no good.
His shooting's been off. Not just tonight, just recently. Just a matter of concentration. It'll come back. Good job, Kyle. Good call, Kevin.
And that was a good call by Kevin Cummings.
Kind of the ball came into him kind of unexpectedly, and you got your feet shuffling there. That's a name the fans will have to remember for the next 3 years, Stan Gaines. He's just a freshman. He can play. I'm really surprised old Sonny didn't get him. Anybody that's that size in the city coming out of the public school system up there probably ends up with Sonny out there with that special program.
That's right, Chicago King, the Jaguars.
Of course, Sonny's 7-4 also.
Steve Strickland, the 6'7" junior, into the Rams lineup. I think he's got the hand check there on Gamber. I think they'll let you hand check with one, but when you get that second hand on their hip,
they're not going to let you have that one. Watching Coach Garrett over there, I remember when they went to state a couple years ago. He's pretty calm. Rather Natalie attired over there. Nice inbounds play.
Nice pick, was set. Shot was short. Strick gets it on the bounce. Left-handed shot put up by LeVar Seals, a 6'4" sophomore. Strick.
There it is.
Kyle on the baseline. No good. This always was a tough gym to shoot in, Hack. I know when we played here my freshman and sophomore year, and that was back when they had those rims that were about
those tight rims?
Oh, they were tight and thick.
Yeah. This is Max Morris Gym. We've had some heck of ball games in here, I'll tell you that.
And Curtis Blair, 6'3" senior knocks down the first 2 points for Providence St. Mel, and with 3:40 remaining, it's 5-2.
Well, there's a hammer.
Well, see, this disappoints me.
Yeah.
You know, we never played with these referees, and they got to protect Kent Williams because he's getting hammered out there.
He's getting hammered. Four's going after him. He got the call. That's 2 on him.
Well, after they got physical with Kent the first time, you saw what Kent did. Kent ran him right into a mean pick by James Wilson, and James
set that pick.
He put a little extra emphasis into it, and,
exactly.
And he took the foul. And I think James said it was worth 1 foul to give that guy a good hard shot.
He gave him a shot.
He's not going to take liberties with my player. Nice inbound play. Naki
good job by John. John's got us on his back right now, carrying us.
7-2 Mount Vernon. 3:20 remaining. First
solid man-to-man by the Rams, Rob.
And in to replace Blair. Shot up, no good. Kent Williams with the rebound. Replacing Blair, number 10, Richard Covington, a 5'11" senior.
Blair wasn't happy. He went all the way to the end of the bench.
McClure doubled. Going to call the walk. And that turnover for Mount Vernon. Where's our crack statistician, Booty Dotson, anyway?
I saw the bootster. He's down there behind the basket. He's over there. He's not even giving us any hand signals. I'm kind of disappointed that he didn't chum up here with us in the hot. It's hot up here, Rob.
Yeah, we're up in the balcony on the west side of Max Morris Gymnasium, and it's probably about 84 degrees up here, Hack.
I'm glad I wore my muscle shirt tonight. That's a sight to see.
They look inside. They've got him triple teamed in there.
Good job, James.
Oh, come on. That's a terrible call. I'll be the first one to admit it.
What happens when you get those referees from Pana?
Well, at least he's not from Raymond.
That's close, though. I was just talking to Coach Sturt, who teaches at Murphy, and coaches down at Benton. We had a quick discussion about that game last year.
Oh, really?
Then they had trouble, you know, when Benton and Murphy got together. Remember last year?
I heard there was some blood on the floor that night.
Yeah. Yeah, the old Raymond officials, the Raymond connection. Strick's out a little far out there on him.
3 put up, short. Oh, no.
Oh, Jack.
Is it blind?
Come on, Jack.
He's either blind or dishonest. I don't know which one, but I'm going to go on record with that comment.
I remember the night that Jack tagged me. I thought both.
Well, right down there, Tom Williams, his lovely wife Karen, Doug Cottom, and Kenny Blankenship right down there. They had a good view of that. Seals drains the 3. Kent drives into the paint, puts it up and in. He'll go to the line with an opportunity to complete the 3-point play.
He took it to him. He challenged him on that. Got it on the glass. Got it high up on the square. Going for the 3-pointer. I'd like to see Kent get these free throws down.
I was teasing him the other morning at practice about it.
Get in the hole. This game could get physical.
Yeah, 21 drives, puts it up. Kent tips it to himself. Turnover, that'll be Mount Vernon ball.
Well, I guess that's inappropriate for me to say that. Could get physical. This game is physical.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that about the referee either, but I mean, it was right in front of him. It was obviously out of bounds off Providence St. Mel. He gave him the ball.
Yeah, he probably just missed it.
Strick loses it.
That's the bad pass by the Strick.
Gets his money's worth on the foul.
I'll tell you what, you can tell we've had a layoff. And that was one of my keys, get the kinks out. That was my first key, get the kinks out. And the chinks are still in the armor right now. I can tell you that. Here comes John, my man. This is my man right here. You ought to see this young man, Mr. Flood, drive in ice. I had him in the ice. Had him out Thursday.
Pretty good behind the wheel.
Do some donuts on the parking lot for me. Legally, he was doing those.
Corey Minifield, first shot no good.
Say what, we haven't really said too much about the Centralia tournament itself, our results, but John saved our bacon a couple days up there. Well, he saved our bacon.
He came up with that missed free throw and laid it in off glass.
He plays hard. If I'm not mistaken, I think Jones maybe only got 1 or 2 shots against him when he was on him.
Well, they're killing us.
They're on the glass.
How many rebounds did they get there?
3. Got to box out. But 3 keys, Rob. It's a classic example. Get the kinks out, defend around the basket. That means get on the glass. And the third one, handle their defensive pressure, which we've done that. I think getting the kinks out is a big thing Doug's probably concerned about. Got a good crowd here, Rob.
Great crowd tonight.
Get on it. That's it, Scott. Good check.
Scott Gamber with the rebound. Seals got the 2 points but couldn't convert the 3-point play, and it's 9-7 with 1:35 remaining.
Oh, take him right there.
Naki puts it up.
Get in the hole. Once he got him up on his toes, he had to take him. He went to the triple threat position, got him up, and put it on the floor.
Oh, that was a circus shot. The only shot he's had better than that all year was the 3-pointer that he double clutched on at Cahokia at the end of the 3rd quarter. Went up, was about to get it blocked, put it back down.
Not quite as important, though, as the one Gennaro got.
Well, 21 just took another swing at Gamber. Doug's over there saying, you know, are you going to protect my players, or are you just going to let them take swings at us? Naki on the rebound. Morgan filling the lane.
Right now, John's got us on his. Right now, John has us on his back, and he's carrying us. I missed what happened, but I think you probably caught it.
Well, after the whistle, he reached out and hit Kent right in the mouth. I tell you, I'm about to the point where if they're not going to protect my players, I'm going to take this headset off and I'm going to go down there. I may get thrown out. You may be doing the end of the game with Bill here, but
I got a hold of you. I got you by the nape of your neck. I got you by the short hairs there, Rob. You'll make it. I got total confidence in you.
I'm getting a little hot under the collar up here watching this stuff.
That's my partner.
Naki's free throw won't stay in. Gamber goes down. He got tangled up with Stan Gaines Jr.
I'll tell you what, Gaines is a good-looking player. I know one thing, Rob. This is a long first quarter.
He charged that foul to Chris Morgan.
We're sitting on the wrong side to see the foul totals, but I know they're growing by leaps and bounds.
Free throw good. McClure replaces Morgan.
Chris had a big game. He stepped up big in the last day of the tournament, and not just because he made the 2 free throws. He stepped up that second half of the Rich Woods game and really stepped his game up. That's good to see.
12-9, Mount Vernon on top. Exactly 1 minute left in the first period. Steele, errant pass. Going to call blocking on Naki.
What we did with John, he tried to start the offense too far. He was out there about the spike line in the volleyball. You need to take it down a little deeper. The kid was playing the passing lane. Take it in a little deeper, then they can't play the lane so easy. And I think that's just a matter of, I really believe it's just a matter of the chinks are in the armor because you just haven't played. It's tough. And you haven't had probably the normal practice routine. In fact, I think Wednesday, Doug might have sent him home early. Rumor had it through the grapevine.
Strickland replaces John Flood as LeVar Seals. First one is good.
Tell you what, 21 is good looking on the hook for a freshman.
You know, they got to be getting close to the super bonus, and we're still in the first period.
Why not?
He makes the second one. It's a 1-point ball game, 12-11. Looking, finds Naki. Strick out on the wing. Has Gamber inside, won't get it to him.
I don't like it when Strick puts the ball down so low.
Kent with the left
Good
hand.
pass. Strick gets that ball out there in that triple threat way out in front. I like it when he keeps it up while he's using his 6'7" height.
14-11, shot up and in. That's a 6'4" sophomore. Seals.
Going to spread out for one.
16-15.
A lot of hand checking. I mean, there's just a lot of hand
Takes it
checking.
all the way, can't get it to go. Gamber almost comes out of there. Jump ball with 3 seconds remaining.
St. Mel ball, 14-13 score.
I could hear Doug all the way up here, and he said, Kevin, he's fouling him all the way to the basket. Boy, that was a long 3 seconds. They won't count it if it goes.
No.
And at the end of 1 period of play, Mount Vernon 14, Providence St. Mel 13, and we'll be right back. Mount Vernon's ball inbound to Kent Williams. He's guarded by Gaines on the wing.
Take him right there. He had him.
Back to Gamber. Williams from 3.
That's it. That'll loosen it up a little bit. You got to have that to loosen it up a little bit.
Actually, I've been calling it the Superfan Shootout. It's the Superfan Spectacular.
That's an actual...
Steal by Kent. He's got the breakaway. He's going to throw it down. I thought he dunked that.
Yeah. The Superfans actually, Dennis actually has a corporation there on that.
Oh, they're putting up bad shots.
I think John did touch it, didn't he? I don't think our fans on that end agree, but it looked like it went off John's left hand.
I think he must have. Nobody seemed to put up too much of an objection.
Good call. That's where he's going to play with it, because he's going to go to the turf a lot next year. We went down and saw the Dogs play Bradley the other night, Ferg and I and JR and Chokey, and they could use Kent right now a little bit in certain areas.
Yeah, I guess Rob Dye lit him up.
Oh yeah, he just took the game over second half.
Now, didn't he play at Springfield Southeast?
He's from Springfield. I don't know what school.
I was thinking he played at Springfield Southeast with Lincoln James.
He might have.
He went to Casey Middle School.
He might have. I know he's out of Springfield. They couldn't stop him.
Kent makes them both, and he's on a personal 7-0 run here to start the second quarter, and it's 21-13.
Now's the time we need a good defensive stop, right now.
Oh, they're putting it up and draining it. That's, hey, he's not even in the book, Hack, number 11.
He's not?
We can make up a name for him. Call him Algie Neal. Strick on the drive, can't get it to go, but he draws another foul. He'll
Strick likes
two.
to go to the hole with it. If he shoots that right-handed throw as he gets there, he doesn't get fouled like that. He gets a chance to get it to go in. He put it on the floor right-handed.
This is a 6'9" senior.
He's just checking in for him. He's sitting on the end of the bench. I know one thing, his knees were under his chin when he sat there.
Strick makes the first one. Quisito Diziem. Strickland's second free throw.
Get in there. That's it, Strick.
Nothing but net. The kid's got a sweet stroke. Nice soft touch for a big guy.
He sure has.
23-16, 6:45 remaining. Heck, I can tell I'm a little out of practice myself. Strick with a steal. He's got the breakaway. Strip.
I'm out of practice also. In fact, I've catch myself watching the game as a fan instead of making some. I guess some of my comments are probably not very intelligent anyway. So the fans are probably going to like that, but Mike Serrano like that.
Well, I'm the same way. I'm trying to watch all of this cheap shots off the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure. Behind the camera, once again, the best in the business, Billy Allen, bringing it to you night after night.
There's that two-shot foul rule here now.
And but I'm watching this action off the ball, which is hot and heavy. And number 4,
Rebert Harris is back in.
Blair's also back in. We'll see if he wants to get physical with 2 fouls on him. I would imagine he would, but I'm finding myself asleep at the microphone trying to watch the
myself
game.
too.
Strick makes them both. That's 4 in a row for the big junior. 25-16. Rams with a 9-point lead. 6.5 minutes remaining. He drives on Naki, puts up a circus shot, no good. I think that might have been a little makeup call.
I thought the Rams did a good job funneling him to the middle where Strick was at also on that. John did a good job turning him there.
Little three-quarter court man-to-man.
Harris is back on, Rebert Harris is on Gamber now.
Strickland way out on the wing, finds Kent down low, turns and shoots.
He got
no
him
good.
on the arm. I thought he...
Strick
going to the hole with it.
Strick
keeping it alive.
Naki runs it down, and he's going to shoot the three.
Trifecta.
And draws
Trifecta. Mr. Glue. Look at our fans. He's got him up. John's got him up. What's not to like about John?
Great ball player, great kid.
Great kid.
Gamber and Blair banging.
Good call. Scott wasn't all the way there. Oh, Rebert thought he was going to get his third one there. He gave that look at the Kevin Cummings like, please don't. Scott was about a half step off there getting there. Next week, Rob, we go down to Carbondale next Saturday night.
That's right, January 16th.
And Carbondale is playing Vashon tonight at Carbondale.
And I don't guess you heard, first shot no good. Gamber comes out of there with it. I thought since we had Friday night open next week that we might reschedule Marion. John.
I haven't heard anything on it. Rebert Harris is back on Kent now.
Kent drives. They're not going to count it, but that's a
three
third
of them.
foul. Number 4, Curtis Blair. He's a 6'3" senior.
Have you heard that they are going to schedule it for next Friday? Or?
No, I haven't. I just thought, I haven't seen Marion's schedule, but it should be a nice opportunity.
It would be. That would be a good opportunity, but boy, it'd be 2 long trips back to back.
Kent's first free throw is good.
Did the girls team play this afternoon?
I do not know that.
They were supposed to play Loyola out of Winnetka, I thought, down at that Eurotan shootout. I know one thing. Some of those games on the Deuce and on the Fox this afternoon are going to make me get a dish. I can't take that watch your paint dry games.
Well, I know what you're trying to say.
I'm saying it in polite way. You know what I'm saying.
That's right. Steps back, walks, gets away with it, no call.
Don't waste my time with that stuff on TV.
3, drain. LeVar Seals, the sweet shooting lefty. Gamber, pump fake, spin.
Good job, Scott. Good job of going to the hole. Put it on the floor, going to the hole. They play you tight on the ball. They don't give a lot of weak side help. They've got some athleticism out there.
Well, they've had 2 3-pointers in this period, and that's all they're scoring. They're going to put number 4, Curtis Blair, back in the ball game with 3 fouls.
3 fouls on him.
Gamber's first free throw is good.
Billy's starting to mount him up on that team of his.
Strickland gets a nice round of applause as he heads to the bench along with John Naki.
Strick gave us a big lift there.
I guess that round of applause might have been for Naki and Strick.
Right.
Doug Creel's going to go with McClure, Gamber, Wilson, Williams, and Morgan. 32-19, 4:50 remaining. First half action.
That kid can shoot.
Shot put up. Morgan going after it.
Looks good call. I love this gym, though. Is this a great gym to watch a basketball game in?
Yes.
I've seen it full to the brim when we come down here and played Uwe Blob and Arnold and them, and then Uwe the following year, Salem. Played against Lander down here and the other kid from Mascoutah that played at a quarterback at Jenner. That's over
back, isn't it?
Jack, come on, Jack, you missed that call.
What'd you say, Chris Jenner? Was that the name you were searching for?
Chris Jenner, right.
They're going to call the foul on James Wilson.
We played them down here in the semifinals of the sectional, and the next night we got Arnold and that bunch out of Effingham with Blob as a junior when they did a tap dance on us in the finals of the sectional. But Chris Jenner, I think he had about 40+ against us that night. We played him here in the sectional. He could fill it up.
They're going to get a 20-second timeout.
Billy's wanting to get him organized. Billy doesn't say much over there.
I think Big James
Billy's
might have got a forearm in his throat there.
I just made the comment. Billy doesn't appear to be a screamer, I guess. He just gets his point in.
Well, with 4:30 remaining in the first half, the Rams up 13, 32-19. And, boy, I tell you, we played on a Wednesday, December 30th at Centray Holiday Tournament, and then I couldn't even get in an 8th grade game, a freshman game, any kind of game at all last week with the snow and ice.
I talked to Gus, and he said you talked to him. He said you were starved for a game. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this after talking to the Judge Gamber. He wanted you and I, being U of I fans, to mention the 59-46 shellacking that we took the Illini at the hands of the Wildcats. And then to boot, Rob, then I have to watch Jimmy and Nagy go down 42-12 at the half to Detroit.
Well, the sad thing about that is that the loss to Northwestern is at home today.
Exactly.
As Minifield makes the first free throw. Comes on the heels of road losses to our two biggest rivals at Indiana and at Iowa
and
last
now we
week.
go to Purdue Wednesday. And then Michigan State comes in.
Well, Lon Kruger's got his work cut out for him.
He definitely has.
Help's on the way.
Yeah.
It's 32-20. Strickland fouled in there, no call.
Exactly. He rode him all the way out. The freshman did.
Minifield drives, fouled by Strickland. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, he rode him all the way out. Minifield did on the other end. I'm curious to see if they're going to put a little more full court pressure on all the time. They've been doing it intermittently. That's the first time Northwestern's beaten Illinois at Illinois in about 20 years, I heard Jim Turpin say today. In fact, it was 74. It'd be 24 years.
That's a long time, Hack.
That's a lot of futility for those Northwestern Wildcats and Mr. Gamber. But he's enjoying it tonight, I'll tell you, Rob.
Just remember those rich kids up there chanting when the Flying Illini were laying it on them.
Exactly right.
That's all right, that's okay, you're going to work for our dad someday.
Exactly. That's a Duke, North Carolina cheer also. The Dukies do that to the Carolinas. There's low pressure now, little 2-1-2. Good job by John, good job. Got the ball right where you want it, right in the middle of the court. They did a little double team with zone principals, and then they went back into their man, which is hard to do.
Go ahead and throw it to Strick. That kid's got 3 fouls.
Yeah.
He's still physical with Strick in there, even with 3 fouls.
Yeah, he's going to get his licks in.
Kent breaks him down. We're going to call it before the shot. I don't know how many fouls. They 1-1 yet?
I don't know if Bill got the wide angle on that, but when Kent beat him on the penetration, Strick did a great job going to the hole. When Strick's man jumped to the ball, Strick went to the basket.
Hack wants to know if you got the wide angle on that.
I got a pretty wide shot on you.
All right, good. That'll show up in the highlights Tuesday night, right, Rob? Will this be on Tuesday night?
This will be on Tuesday night, will it not?
Yeah, but nobody's hearing you right now, so why say it?
He's dubbed us. Bill's being mean, Rob.
Kent Williams makes 1 of 2, and it's 33-22, 3:40 remaining in the first half.
Boy, did they start that offense out there high. They started that in the center circle. Get on the glass
gets the
strong.
rebound.
Be strong with Strick.
Kyle McClure brings it up court. Naki on the wing. Williams from way downtown.
That's NBA.
A little bit beyond his range. Shot put up and in. Stan Gaines Jr.
That was I tell you what great body control for a freshman. See, they're kind of helter-skeltering here. They're using zone principles. They're using zone principles there, and then they're dropping back in the man with the double.
Well, I'm sure their coach, Billy Garrett, has to be disappointed. They cut the lead to single digits and then come out and make a silly foul.
Yeah, Billy's upset at number 10. He's not upset at the officials on the call at all. He just blasted that kid.
Nocky makes the first one. Morgan in for McClure. Mount Vernon Rams come into this contest 10-0 on the season. Victors in the 56th Centralia Holiday Tournament.
What we got going on over here now?
And also with a very lofty number 3 ranking in the Class AA state poll.
Got a little, the difficulties over at the scorer's bench, it looks like.
Randy O will get it straightened out over there. Nocky with the second half. Up and in.
Curiosity's got me here, Rob. After our game's over, how many people will be here? It's Frankfort and Century, and I don't think Century brought the whole town.
Gaines drives, shoots, no good. Strick tips. Strick, that's at least 3. I know of 3 if not 4.
I think that's 3 on Strick. That's Minifield at the stripe. Gaines is 21.
All right, thanks. I think
You had me confused on those numbers there for a minute. I had to put on my specs.
I think I've done that more than once tonight.
I'm not too sure. He's not on the stripe when he's shooting it. We've got 3 officials. Nobody's standing right along the line. Now, Kevin, he's still got to get the eye on it. He's on it. I'm telling you, he's on the stripe.
Minifield makes them both, and it's once again a 9-point cushion for the Rams.
Little 2-2-1 principle now. They went 2-1-2, but then they'll drop it back.
Gamber tripped.
Woo! That was quite a call. I'm thinking he got tripped. That's my man Jack. I hope Doug doesn't slap that chair. Those aluminum chairs really make some noise, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I hear you.
He remembered it.
3, no good. Nocky on the board. Kicks it to Williams, gets a pick. No good. Gamber.
Good job, Scott. Excellent job.
Kent comes up with it.
Get in the hole.
Well, it was a WWF wrestling match. I'm not even calling the play because I'm watching Kent being beat to death down there by those guys.
I know it. They were intertwined and tangled, and
hey, their coach is talking to Doug a little bit. Their coach is yelling down at Doug. Now Gus is talking to their coach.
Well, we just made it to 10-second line and settle it.
Well, Gus is from Lawrenceville. I tell you, the coaches at Lawrenceville, they'll knock you out if you do something
well,
they don't like.
You know one thing about Gus, he's got Fellings mentality.
That was amazing how all that rebounding and shots were going on, and Kent finally gets to his feet and the ball comes right to him.
Yeah.
He makes them both, and it's 37-26, 2:20 remaining, first half action. He drives, Strickland can't defend because of those 3 fouls. Finds Kent long, take it to him, Kent. Runs underneath him.
Good call.
That's
Excellent
4.
call.
That's 4 on
Excellent
Blair.
call.
Kent's hurt.
He
Kent's
slid
hurt.
on him. He's okay. He's up. He's tough. He slid on him all the way. I mean, even if he doesn't slide to the left, he's still going to get a block. But then he tried to cut his legs out from under him by sliding.
Making his first appearance, Gennaro Hawkins.
Gennaro had the big basket. At that time, it looked just like a lapper.
Kent, long, no good.
I think that's at least 3 fouls on number 4.
I had him for 4.
He's still in there. That's a good job. Stay off him just a moment. You don't need to get a foul. He's going to be throwing one around. Good job. Good job there by Strick. That's a nice entry.
Yeah, it was. Nice entry pass, nice dunk. But still just 2 points.
That's exactly right.
Nocky over the timeline, gets it to Williams.
You know, that's a lost art, the old drop step. Get out there, Strick.
Hamburg takes a spill.
I don't think Doug's happy with that shot.
Rams by 11, 39-28.
Not much patience there.
1:30 remaining. First half. He's going to shoot.
He's going. He's feeling it. Foul's on Scott. Third on Scott Gamber. Third on Scott Gamber, Rob.
Minnifield will shoot 2.
Minifield's trying to take over the game here the last 2 minutes. He got a drive before he got the dunk. You know, that's a lost start what he did, not the dunking part. I'm talking about the drop step to the basket. Today anymore, unless you're 6'8", 6'9", those young kids don't like to go to the boards and go down the block and post up. They want to do all that fancy stuff out front. But that counted as 2, even if he didn't dunk it. Drop step is an important part of basketball.
I agree with you. Second free throw, no good. And it's a 10-point ball game. 39-29. 1:15 remaining. Hawkins.
John Flood on that rebound.
Strick tries to drive. He's
Strick
rejected.
got away with one. Strick got away with one on that charge. I think Strick.
They called a foul on that block shot.
On the block they did. But Strick slipped away with one on the charge. He had the flipper out there. Yeah, they called a foul on that.
Man, that looked like all ball to me.
Yeah. We got John Flood in there, and he got the big board on this end down here on the defensive end.
Strick, perfect from the line.
Good stroke. Strick's got a good stroke.
40-29. Make that 41-29. Into the Knights lineup. Number 23, Hank Gordon, a 6'1" junior. Creel goes with Nocky, Hawkins, Williams, Flood, and Strickland.
John's out here on Minifield. Good job down there, Gennaro. Keep him off the block. That's it. Don't let him post you.
That's a rough shot there. Strick with a nice
Good job.
board.
I'll tell you what, Strick's got some boards.
Gets it to
Get the ball to the middle. Call him off of him. Good job by John. Good job. Good, smart, heady play by John. I don't know how 3 referees could miss that. And I usually say 10 times during the year about the refereeing.
Kent's going to take him baseline. I can feel it. Nope.
That's right in front of Darryl Stringer. I don't know how you miss it.
40 seconds remaining. Rams by 12. He hasn't started counting. That's why Kent can dribble out there, because the defense isn't close enough to start the count.
No, he's not within the 5-foot area, no. He's got that freshman Gaines on him.
They try to double, get to Flood. Strickland from the baseline. No good. Flood.
Good job, John.
John Flood.
John Flood on the glass again. He's a gamer.
Strick gets his, I believe, 4th foul.
That's 4 on Strick. Our bench needs to sit down. I saw a couple guys on our bench throwing their hands up, our players, to the officials. We don't need the bench to get tagged. That's 4 on the Strick. John's a gamer. He's going to make you happy the rest of this year. He's got his baseball season coming up. Then in the fall, he's going to make you and Robert Morrison real happy.
Oh, yeah, that's
but not
right.
as happy as Coach Pankos.
John Gogenauer, 6'3" junior, into the Mount Vernon lineup. He replaces Steve Strickland.
34 is coming back in. He was in here earlier. He's the 6'9" senior. Look where he's standing on the lane. How about that?
Play.
He's standing back 9 inches from the line.
Yeah, 4-3.
I think Jack's seeing a different game. I didn't think that was traveling. I thought he did a pretty good job getting it behind his back.
With 2 seconds remaining, Mount Vernon 43, Providence St. Mel 32.
Now, why would he put number 4 in with all those fouls on him with 2 seconds to go? Obviously going to run something. But watch him shove off on Gennaro to get open possibly. I mean, anybody could have done that pick.
Minifield from 3. Oh, and it just won't quite go. And at the end of 1 half, Mount Vernon 43, St. Mel 32, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Max Morris Gymnasium. The second half of the Superfan Spectacular. Mount Vernon on top, 43-32. Hack and
both teams opening up the original starters. Rams in the man. Oh, look at here, a little zone. How about that switch? Keep us out of foul trouble.
That is something I never thought I'd see.
I like it.
Blair.
That gets you out of it quick. That'll get you out of it quick. Little 2-2-1 pressure yet.
43-35. Nocky over the timeline. He's doubled in trouble. Williams to the rescue. Nice pass. Big James.
They're going to trap. They're going to trap quite a bit now. Look at them chasing.
Williams fakes, stops, pops. Deuce.
That'll get you. Now we're back in. Let's see what we're going to stay with the zone. It's going to be a flat one. With Chris on the top. We got Morgan on the top. One thing about it, I'll tell you what, it gives our opponents something else to work on in practice.
Shot no good.
I'm not sure he didn't walk. He walked.
Shot up, no good. Minifield with the rebound. Nocky on the floor.
Oh, he got a 20. He called a 20 rolling around.
A good time out there by
the zone by Doug probably threw them a shock into him, but they're just going to playground you. But it makes the opponents that we got coming up something else to work on in practice. You know, that's important. I'm glad to see it.
Well, we can take this time to mention that.
Right, I think, yeah, good job there. Dennis, we'll mention it.
Dennis has his next shootout, the Southern Illinois shootout, will be 3 weeks from tonight at Pinckneyville, and they've got a nice gym at Pinckneyville. Steelville versus Century in the first one, Cesar-Valliere versus Madison, and the host Pinckneyville Panthers will take on Roxana Shells at 8 p.m. And that's January 30th, a Saturday night in Pinckneyville. They're going to call a foul on Big James Wilton.
Yeah, I thought James had his hand all on the ball on that one.
One up not too far from your neck of the woods, up at Pana on February 6th. Cowden Herrick versus Franklin. My buddies from Oriana, the Bombers will take on Sisney. Sullivan and Patoka, and Pana versus Auburn in the nightcap.
That's a good Class A field right there. That's a good Class A field. You know, Pana's always strong, and they're one of the larger Class A schools. Cowden must have a pretty good ball club. That's up there where Coach Pankos is from. Oh, no, he's from Shelbyville.
That's right.
Shelbyville's a suburb of Cowden Herrick. 2-2-1 again.
Providence makes one of two. It's 45-36. Good trap. Very good trap.
They're trapping everywhere. Turn and face the hole. They're
Gamma
trapping
gets it
everywhere.
Back to Kent on top. Kent splits him into the lane, scoops and scores.
Good job. He broke it down. When you break the ball, you get the ball in the middle, you can break it down.
Rams still in that zone. Over the top.
Got John Flood back in there. On the backside of that zone.
Shot put up and in. Robert Harris. Oh, excuse me. I thought that was Robert. That's Rebert.
That's Rebert Harris, right.
Rebert Harris. Kent on the wing from three. Yes. Kent's going to get that crowd into it a little bit. Good ball movement. Harris drives into the lane, shoots no good.
Get on the glass, that's
Morgan
it.
and Flood fight each other.
Gotta squeeze that out of there.
Harris double dribbles. Left-handed scoop.
Nice tip.
Tip by Seals.
That's just athletic right there.
10-point game, 50-40. Nocky was hammered on the pass.
He got hit on the arm as he released.
Seals thinks about it.
5:14 to go. Rams up 10, Rob.
Seals from three. No good. Morgan on the rebound.
See, Chris is playing the top of that 1-2-2 or that 3-2. He drops down like he did, but he's got to get inside position. He didn't drop down to the block all the way to get inside position. He was down there where he's supposed to be, but he's got to get him on his hip.
That's three on Chris Morgan as the fouls mount for the Mount Vernon Rams. Steal
job,
by
John.
Nocky. Finds Kent on the break. He drives. Rejected.
There might have been a foul afterwards, but I know it wasn't. That was a good block to begin with. I thought we had a foul down here on the end of this one, Kent.
Something happened down here because all of our fans in this corner became unglued. I don't know what happened.
I didn't see it. But I think it was a good block, but after Kent's shot, I thought he was really racked and put to the turf.
Yeah, Pencil jumped up out of his seat and gave the guy some.
There it is.
Called it, Hack. No good. Gamber goes up, can't get it. Gaines with the rebound.
That's the first time we run that tonight, and I know for sure they didn't scout us.
It's a 14-point ball game. Just over 4 minutes left. Blair from downtown, no good.
Good
Morgan
call.
hammered.
Good call. Oh yeah, they put the sandwich on Chris. They had him on the left and from behind.
1-1 for Chris Morgan.
Yes. This is one of those games where I feel like I'm sitting in a time warp. It's got so many stops in it. I mean, it's hard for the kids to get anything going. And I feel like myself just sitting here, we're just kind of looking at the clock, waiting for it to end.
I agree with you.
How many whistles have been blowing?
It's definitely been somewhat of a strange encounter.
It most definitely has been. I'll tell you what, it'll be like a Morgan here for that next game.
Well, West Frankfort will have a few of their home crowd in here, but I think the Mount Vernon people are going to head north. Morgan,
got to get
that. Is the first one.
He's missed 2 out of his last 3.
We're inside 4 minutes.
Back in the old zone.
Blair throws it out of bounds.
They're going to man us now, a little more full.
They
take it to the middle.
There's the double. Morgan. Back to Williams.
They're manning, but they're doubling just on a gamble.
Flood back to Williams. Nobody's counting.
You notice at crunch time, old Flood's in there.
Flood back to Nocky. He fakes.
He got him on steps, probably.
He's going to call that from 40 feet away. Cummings is about 10 feet.
Jack called it right in front of Kevin's nose.
And he gets a hand. He gets a hand from their coach going, hey, nice call. Oh, the new kid, number 11, puts up a 3.
Boy, they like to stroke that long one.
Blair into the paint.
Got him on steps.
3:13 left in this game. 69-55. McClure set to come back in. He replaces John Flood.
John did another good job. He gives you solid minutes.
He sure does.
He gives you solid minutes. I know that's got to make Doug real happy.
There's a hold. Nocky will shoot the 1-and-1.
Billy's looking out there like he didn't expect that call. Not our man Billy. I'm talking about Billy Garrett.
The other Billy.
Our Bill on the camera up here looked at me like I was chewing him out. I wouldn't do that to our Billy. I'm talking about Billy Garrett. He thought that was a bad call.
Well, we've had a couple of technical problems, and Bill is not mic'd up, so he can't hear what we said tonight. Told me that said if I said anything that he needs to edit out to write it down on a piece of paper. Otherwise, he's going to go with it.
Yeah.
Other than the one.
Doug didn't like that. We didn't even go for the rebound.
I said that the guy was either blind or dishonest. I don't know if that'll have to be edited out or not.
No, it won't have to be.
Steals from downtown, no good. Morgan with a
good board. He got
rebound.
shoved in the back.
Finds Nocky.
That's it, John. Take care of the ball. Somebody's got to be open. We got 4 guys on him.
Williams drives baseline, cut off. Morgan.
That one dribble, though, really hurts us.
Timeout, Mount Vernon. 2:39 remaining. Called it, Hack.
And one dribble, just especially in the trapping, we're getting that ball too much on the sideline in the corners. I know Doug wants the ball more in the wing and in the middle. But one dribble just takes you away. I mean, their athleticism is going to close down on the passing lanes. Make no mistake about that.
Well, I'm not going to make excuses for Providence St. Mel, but they rolled in here about, what would you say, 20 minutes?
6:26 when Chick said they came in, because Chick came over. There was 40 seconds to go on the clock in the previous game, and Chick came over and he said Glodich is going to have to make the call. Rich, the AD, if they wanted, if Providence had not been here on time, Frankfurt and Century were going to play, and then we'd have played the nightcaps. And I took a big load off Chick's mind. I know that.
Morgan open underneath.
There. That's a good block. That is quite. We don't see that much down here in Southern Illinois. Good job screening him off. That was quite a block, I'm going to tell you. That's playground.
Chris got the pass.
But I'll tell you
just
what,
didn't get it up off glass quick enough, and the kid closed on the ball.
What I like about it is Chris used the left hand. That's what you want to do.
Kent drives, lays it up. Doug's hot about the no call. And here, 2 minutes remaining. They're going to call
Traveling
the
over here
walk.
on the sideline. Minifield. 2:02, Rob. We're up 14, 69-55.
Inbounds to Naki. He gets it over the timeline. McClure out on top.
This is where you really got to take care of the ball. This is a good experience for us right here with this quickness out here.
1:40 remaining. Minifield guarding McClure, gets it back to Morgan. He's guarded by Seals. Williams, they double him.
I think Billy's just conceded, because otherwise they should be fouling.
Morgan on the nice assist from Scott Gammer.
And that time he used the right hand, which was fine because the defense was on his left.
71-55. Blair.
Chris has done a fine job tonight again.
Drives, no good. Morgan comes out of there with it, a fine rebound.
Good job. Get the ball in the middle. Come to the middle with it, John.
Alley-oop. Can't get it to go, but he gets his own rebound. Blair's going to get one more hard foul.
Well, I'll guarantee he'll get one in. I'm going to tell you what, Blair's going to get one more. He may get that leg lock on somebody again. That's that three-quarter toe hold. That's something Tickner could use with the wrestlers, that toe hold.
I always like that move. I think Luthez.
Yeah. As I always tell Coach Tickner, real wrestling.
Anyone under 40 years of old.
They wouldn't know who it was.
Who is Luthez?
That's right.
Kent Williams is going to go
Kent's
to the
coming out of the
bench.
ball game. Nice ball game for Kent. Put up some good numbers. And he survived it injury-free. That's a big thing. Bino drains one.
Makes the first one. Just like to remind everyone, January 30th, 3 weeks, it's a Saturday night.
Good call, Rob.
Shootout. Steelville and Century, Cesar-Valliere and Madison, and Pinckneyville Panthers will take on Roxana. Gamer makes one of two. It's 72-55, just about a minute to play.
Don't get out there and foul now. Let's just let it go through.
Seals, no good.
Boy, does he like to shoot that trifecta.
I'd like to see some shots and see some stats. Scott Gamber gets a nice round of applause.
Scott had a solid game for us. He didn't get in the scoring column a lot, but he was all over the glass.
Alley-oop to Seals. He throws it down.
That's a freshman, folks. That's a freshman. Remember that name. Is it Robert Seals?
LeVar Seals. Naki tripped. .35 seconds remaining. Mount Vernon 72. Providence St. Mel
I'm sorry
57.
on that. LeVar Seals is sophomore.
He might be a freshman academically.
Could be.
I'm just kidding. He's probably one of the brightest kids in school. Our free throws have fallen on hard time.
I don't like that either.
Hack, I'm going to let you
We got a big stretch
give
coming
out
down.
the Little Caesars Pizza player of the game.
Oh, yeah, put it on to me. I'm going to put it on Jeff Harmon. I'm going to give it to John Naki and Kent Williams.
All right, 2 for the price of 1.
You think I could be a politician?
Blair, no good. Shot put up, short. Strick with a rebound. He gets out of the headlock.
Get on the glass.
Morgan on the...
Give it up. That's it.
They're fouling.
They got the foul. I thought we were going to give it up, maybe get out of there. I hear the West Frankfort band tuning up. Are you singing or what?
Well, I remember 2 years ago, Brandon Bullard was down here doing the filming. I was on the mic. Heather Taka threw a wadded up ball of duct tape and threw it right in the tuba. And that kid was off key the rest of the night. I tell you, I wanted to go see her play softball after seeing what a great arm she had.
That's the University of California marching band. Well, Rob, getting the victory's good. We weren't real happy with having to concede to the Northwestern Wildcats. John Knocker, get in the seat. I'll be curious to see who's going to get the MVP in the game. But Jeff Harmon's going to have spring for a couple pieces, it sounds like to me. In fact, one of these times he's going to send you and I one.
I hear you there. Hey, he sent me one to the radio station Thursday night.
Well, I got a feeling one of these times he's going to deliver one to my door unexpectedly.
They didn't start the clock until half court.
Good job, John, or Chris.
Jump ball, that couldn't have been over the back.
Way over the back.
75-57, 11 ticks remaining. Knights with one last inbound. Gaines drives,
Freshman.
scores.
You sure that wasn't him that got the basket on the inbounds play?
Yeah.
That was Seals?
Yeah. Well, when you're 16 points down, I don't think I'd foul with 2 seconds to go.
You want to play out the string, concede it. Tell you what, Billy's not showing a lot of emotion over there.
Sent Williams and Gammer to the locker room. Also Wilson. Kyle McClure misses the first one. And Cablevision,
get a drink, something.
Cablevision Communications once again. They're back out on the bench now.
Yeah.
Kyle makes the second one. Long pass, stolen by Gogenauer. And the final score, Mount Vernon 76, Providence St. Mel 59.
They don't want any part of us. They're not shaking any hands. Billy's going straight to the locker room. Our fans are blasting them. Their kids are shaking hands, but Billy didn't.
Well, only about half of their kids did.
That's the ones that didn't play.
Well, that was kind of interesting.